Welcome back to the Stache Club Wrestling Podcast, folks. If you can't tell from I don't know, my voice or whatever, we were talking about this before we got on the pod. 18 innings, huh?
Oh yeah,
18 innings. I stayed up until not to make excuses or nothing already, but I'm personally a little sleepy. 18 innings. I stayed up till 2 a.m. last night watching Dodgers Jays. Dodgers got the dubski. I'm sleepy. I tapped out. When did it? So it must have ended at like 3 a.m.
3 a.m., 4 a.m. I also tapped out. It's also the reason why I'm late today. We usually record in the morning. It's the afternoon now, so I want to apologize. I was watching baseball. It's the World Series.
I know, shit rocked.
It rocked. But Shohei Ohtani, not only the greatest baseball player of all time, the greatest team athlete of all time. It's an absolute anomaly.
They kept walking him.
They're scared.
They're scared. They like pan to people in the audience and they're like, they're walking him again. And then they walked Mookie for a little bit and they're like, we can't keep walking Mookie. And then fucking it was Freeman that hit the dinger. Shit was crazy. I really liked it. I think the next game is on this podcast. I'm pretty sure is coming out on Wednesday. So they'll be we'll know this will be kind of old news. We'll move on in a second. But they're playing again tonight.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Wow. Well, anyway, folks, we'll get off from baseball. Yeah, they're playing at 8 tonight. Wow. It's gonna be a long one.
Go Blue Jays.
I think so, despite I'm wearing this LA hat. I think I am. Yeah. Thank you. That's good. Yeah. I bought it without thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah. But I do like the Blue Jays. Shout out Calm Man. Shout out Santi. Okay. Plus we have a lot to cover. Jimmy, how are we? How's it going? It's warning, folks. Chill vibes episode. It's a chill vibes episode.
Patent it, trademark it, do what you will. I'm fantastic. Grateful to be here. Grateful to be alive. Contrary to popular beliefs, I'm excited for Saturday night's main event. Sue me right now. Bring me to court. I'll dress to the nines. I'm excited for this event. And that promo last night between Jade and CM Punk,
was good.
I liked it. I think a lot of people online crying about it. What else is new?
Were they really?
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't. Oh wow,
there was a lot of oh god,
surprising.
yeah. But the Jey Uso, and that's the thing we're going to be talking about today is Jey Uso, right? I mean, the Jey Uso discussion will be had today for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get right into it. Before we do, though, plugs. Follow us on everything. Make sure you subscribe. If you're listening to this podcast, I'm sure you're already subscribed. Hit our Patreon, patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. I got a little story time this week on there, and we're also taking your questions, so check that out. $5 a month to get the whole back catalog. It's a bonus weekly episode of the podcast.
I'm on a menage a trois alert.
But I was like,
I'll briefly mention that on the post show or extra show Patreon. We get wild on the Patreon.
It is a little wacky. All right. Without further ado, we're gonna dive right into it. Saturday night's main event, folks. Obviously, we've had Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite. There's a lot that happened this week. Well, not much that happened on Raw, to be honest with you. But I think mainly
a lot happened on Raw. Really good tag team main event.
It was great. Yeah, we're gonna talk about
it. LA Knight, Braun Breaker, a good match. It was a good finish. I think not wrong guy. LA Knight needs some W's. Let's be honest.
Well, we're gonna get all into it.
I'm excited.
No, you're fine. But more importantly, speaking of Saturday night's main event, we are kind of going back and forth with it. We didn't know what we wanted to do, but like you said, it is a big show. 4 titles on the line. Currently 4 matches. I don't know if they're going to add a 5th. Maybe on SmackDown they'll sneak something on. But right now it's 4 matches. But with that said, I'm a fighting champion. I'm a defending champion. So with that said, folks, big news. Happy Halloween. As everyone's, including me, is going to be hungover on Saturday from the big Halloween parties. The SCW Predictions Championship will be on the line. I'm going to order a big-ass pizza, or I'm going to go out again. I don't know. Tell you what, not going to be live for SmackDown this week. I'll tell you what, 2 Halloween parties I got to hit.
Wow.
We'll talk all about Halloween plans, whatever. I got my costume. I know my costume. I'm copying it from last year. But anyway, point being, leading the horse to water here. SCW Predictions Championship will be on the line. it's only, do we do confidence points, I guess? I guess
think
we do.
With only 4 matches, I think we have to.
Yeah, we'll do confidence points, and obviously as stuff gets announced, if something gets announced on SmackDown,
we adjust.
We'll make sure to adjust and blast out the official predictions Saturday morning or what have you. Depending on how hard the Miller High Lifes hit, we'll get that out. Folks, and that's that. Okay, CM Punk versus Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Championship match. That's the first one we're going with. A lot to talk about. You briefly mentioned the promo on Raw. I want to talk about that as well. So I guess we can start there. Promo on Raw, I liked it. Go ahead. What'd you like about it? What were people saying about it?
I think initially when it was, the match was made, CM Punk versus Jey Uso, we played the game last week, yeet or no yeet, for like guys that who would you be more excited to see go against CM Punk? And there was a lot of yeets. There was a lot of guys that we kind of pointed out like we would much rather see that matchup. Upon the entrance and the feel and just being in the moment last night while watching Raw, I'm like, you know what? I'm excited for this freaking match. The World Heavyweight title is on the line. You got big star CM Punk, also big babyface star Jey Uso. And, just the way Punk is able to kind of get the best out of his opponent on the stick a little bit. And I think really kind of diving into Jey saying, do you have what it takes? Do you have it inside of you to go the full limit and to beat CM Punk at Saturday Night's Main Event? And I think we're at a crossroads with Jey Uso where, and I do agree with what you were saying last week too, where it's like, again, I'm a CM Punk guy through and through. He's not at the top of my list anymore, but I still have the voice of the voiceless CM Punk ice cream bar tattoo on my ass. Like I'm a CM Punk guy, but it would not hit the same for CM Punk to win this Saturday. Yeah. And then even the vice versa with Jey Uso. Like when Jey Uso lost the World Heavyweight title to Gunther, so many months ago, I was very confident in saying, you know what? I think that will probably be the only World Heavyweight title run Jey Uso will ever get.
Sure.
But now we fast forward months, and again, it has a lot to do with Seth Rollins' injury. We fast forward a few months later. We have a legitimate chance here to get Jey Uso a second World Heavyweight title run, and it kind of makes the most freaking sense. I'm putting 2 confidence points on my boy Jey Uso to walk out of Saturday's Main Event. Although I also like this too, and I saw this take from JD from New York on Twitter, Fantasy Booking 101. But I would be curious to see what you think about this. But it also would be cursed just because of the Saturday Night's Main Event lore and kind of the rep that Saturday Night's Main Event has. What if no one walks out of Saturday's Main Event the World Heavyweight Champion?
I've seen this take. Yeah. Not from that person, but just floating around, even just like in chats and comments, whatever. Because that's my biggest thing, and I think I am the biggest proprietor. Is that the word?
I think so.
That Saturday Night's Main Event is nothing happens. It's barely canon. And I've stepped back on that take a little bit as of recent because like the last couple of Saturday Night's Main Events like were pretty solid. We got like the Goldberg retirement, which was fine, but it was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
We had I believe JC Mateo debuted and joined or no, what happened? Yeah, JC Mateo, I think, debuted at one of them or something.
Good cage match between Drew.
Or did Bronson Reed join the Vision? I don't fucking know. Who cares? Either way, shit
Some
happened.
stuff happens.
Yeah, there was a cage match. Hopefully, by the grace of God, we'll get Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I have fallen. I'm fully fallen for it again. This Saturday Night's Main Event is stacked 4 title matches, and one of them is for a vacant title, so there should be a quote unquote title change or whatever. It'll take it off friend of the show vacant, right?
Something has to give.
Something has to give, or it's Saturday Night's Main Event curse all over again, where nothing happens. It's barely a canon show. It's a glorified house show, and it ends in no contest.
We get the Raw main event ending where the Vision comes in, clears out the ring, and we just have no world champion heading into Survivor Series. Which again, like I say that kind of like begrudgingly, but I think that would kind of rule to kind of walk out of Saturday's Main Event.
Because it's Saturday Night's Main Event, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'm not going to Saturday Night's Main Event being like this needs to move the needle. And big. It's Saturday Night's Main Event. This night could not happen, and it wouldn't make it. You know what I mean? Like, if we just move on to Survivor Series, I think we'll all be okay.
And the point of Saturday's Main Event, ideally, is to get the casual viewer to be like, oh, what's going to happen at the next Monday Night Raw on Netflix? Which then, like again, if we have no world champion and we're kind of in disarray and chaos, that's a great way to do it. At the end of the day, though, I'm not gonna, because I did for AEW predictions, I did no contest for the I Quit match between Moxley and Darby. I almost did the same thing here, but at the same time, I do think Jey Uso has, obviously the World Heavyweight title to gain, but like the fact that we can get away with making Jey Uso, and kind of go back and kind of like kind of pat yourself on the back for the original booking decision to make Jey Uso a world champion and make him a 2-time world champion. And now with this kind of newer character where, like, again, he's at a crossroads where I think he kind of, in the promo last night too, he kind of pointed at the end of it, to CM Punk and pointed at the crowd and be like, you're trying to make all these people, see your side of things. And
right.
And he's even on the Raw recap show, he was kind of saying like, some people kind of pointing out
you watched the Raw recap.
I can't credit saying I watched it. I saw his words on the internet.
Got it. I was like, holy shit!
But he was pointing out that
it's you in the chat alone. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Shut up, Sam Roberts. I'm coming for your job, Sam Roberts. I want to be on the Raw recap. Jey Uso basically saying, like, pointing out a lot of the chatters about him that he's just an entrance, and I think that can really
does not help the conversation if he runs it back.
But shout out CM Punk running it back last night. That was awesome. That was really funny. But I think we're kind of at a crossroads with Jey Uso where he might be kind of full on character change and he wants to be the tribal chief, and Punk kind of dissed him saying like Little Roman last night, but. Hey.
Oh no, he said I'm not talking to Little Roman. I'm not talking to Jimmy's brother. I'm not talking to.
I think he's kind of being facetious a little bit.
Oh wow! So I took it as I think Punk was being very just like tough love.
Yeah.
And are you, like you were saying, do you have enough? But what I really like, and CM Punk even said, "You're my friend. Like we are friends going into this. I want the best for you." Jay, one of his first words out of his mouth, he's like, yeah. He goes, "Screw you, Punk." So I think that leads to a lot of questions, but at least leads to the point that you're making is I don't know if because again, it is Saturday's main event, so I don't know if we're gonna fully get like the full heel turn or whatever, but there's questions to be raised. Are we getting maybe a Roman Reigns appearance Saturday night's main event? Is there gonna be some sort of conflict between? I mean, it's gonna be overbooked as hell. Jimmy's gonna come out, I'm sure. I'd imagine there's gonna be Vision appearances, maybe. So we'll see what happens, but and I think to the point of the predictions is, and I maybe and I'm not fully sure I know. So obviously in a regular title match, if a disqualification happens, title doesn't change. Because a vacated title get given during, my guess would be no. I don't know.
That's never happened before.
Right?
I'm sure maybe it has, but I don't think they ever really booked themselves into a corner.
Right, while they do that.
Of like, we have to announce this rule, because I really don't know what I think they do win the world title.
I have no clue.
Because like it's vacant. It's not like,
It's good, but I have no idea.
That's very
like
interesting.
The title doesn't change hands off a DQ, but it is currently in no hands.
We got to get Adam Pearce on the phone right now.
But point being is if there ends up being a DQ or whatever, and the title isn't given to someone, whoever wins via that, if Jey Uso gets hit over the head or whatever, or CM Punk gets hit over the head, the DQ, whoever wins the match is still going to get points here. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I think that's, you said it earlier, but to your point of not picking no contest, it might be a DQ finish, or I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. With the, kind of idea of ending this match in a smoz and a chaotic Vision, Punk and baby faces, whether that's Roman and Jimmy coming out too to help. This does point to maybe a potential building towards Survivor Series and War Games.
Sure. Yeah.
And I can kind of see a potential babyface team of Jay, Punk, Jimmy, and Roman versus now. But now you're down Seth, who's on the Vision side of things,
and you're also already down a person too.
What do you for Seth?
Because it wouldn't be 4v4 because they have.
Oh, sure, yeah. So you have two spots to fill in the Vision side of things. I've seen names of like Theory always kind of coming up.
I see that all the time.
Brock is always a name because the Paul Heyman Association, and then of course I'm sure we'll get to it later. But the whole shoe fiasco of this past weekend.
I was gonna finish this up, but then take a pause and talk about it.
Okay.
Because I mean at this point, because it's kind of been revealed. I even made a whole video on it, and like. It got for the most part, it got outdated within like the 2 or 3 hours.
I love wrestling. That's how it works, man.
It's so funny. Yeah. But anyway,
people up in arms though. It's like honestly, they kind of mission complete if you're a WWE social team.
Got people talking.
Got the people talking.
But, bad, what I say, bad press is good press or whatever. So my pick here. So you have, I didn't do conference points yet. I'll do conference points at the end.
That's fine.
And this might go against everything we just talked about in terms of, because I want to go all the way back to, the results. What's going to happen here? You said Jey Uso. I think there's a world where Jey Uso wins because it's a easy, I don't know if reset is the word, but it's like he's over. The crowd loves him. Internet hates him, but the crowd loves him. That's what's more important at the end of the day. Entrance is so over. He's selling merch. He's still a top guy. Has a lot of story to tell. Even if he has a world title, then there's more story to tell with him turning heel and flexing a title over Roman. He's like, oh, you're the tribal chief? I got the title. Flexing the title over Jimmy. There's a lot of story to be told there.
The proprietor and the guy who kind of gained the most out of the greatest storyline in WWE history, perhaps, the Bloodline. Like, he was kind of the main character of that whole storyline.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? No, you're fine. To what we were all talking, we talked about last week, and not to repeat stuff, but yeah, Punk winning at Saturday's main event. I don't know. Here's the thing: they are having John Cena's retirement match at Saturday's main event, so they are trying to make Saturday's main event bigger. Also, a point. I don't know if this changes your thinking at all. Probably doesn't. I don't think there's too much weight in this, but Saturday's main event. Not on cable television. It's not going to be on Channel 7 NBC. It's on Peacock / YouTube for International.
Oh, so they really want nothing to happen on the show.
Well, so you know what? I actually thought the opposite.
Okay.
Because, and again, this probably means nothing. It's not worth talking about it. But Saturday Night's Main Event to me has always been, it's a nostalgia act. You put it on at 8 p.m. on Saturday night for people scrolling TV, and the guy that used to watch wrestling in the 80s and 90s being like, Saturday's Main Event, I'm going to check it out. Oh, John Cena's on this? Oh, Billa's on this? I'm going to check this out. It's an attempt to get past fans back / create new fans who just see it on at a bar or on TV on Saturday night, whatever. And that's the reason for primetime television, right? Is to get viewers. It's pretty simple as that. Now that they don't have that,
oh wow!
Now they're taking away, casting that net and trying to get that. Where now it's on Peacock. There's no more people scrolling TV or whatever.
Right.
Sure, there are people that will open the Peacock app and see it and still probably like, I'm gonna check this out. But it's not that wider net as television. So point being is it just being a Peacock exclusive makes it feel like maybe more like a PLE.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see what you're saying there. And two, I'm so glad you're telling me this because I kind of I'd planned to definitely go to a bar Saturday night and ask like wherever bar I go to, maybe somewhere in Quincy.
Yeah.
To put on Saturday's Main Event, and like I would imagine.
Hey, you guys got Peacock.
Well, that's the thing. Probably not. And like I don't know. I'm sure you've been to a bar before and asked for the channel to be changed.
Oh,
and
of course.
Every bartender has never touched a remote in their lives, and they end up somehow putting like a VCR in. Like it's like the most complicated task for a bartender. Yeah. I love bartenders,
and they never love doing it either.
They never. No, they're very upset that you're making them change their own channel.
The one time, my favorite time I pulled that move, I was at this like real local spot, and it was in the middle of summer. It was right by the pool tables, big TV by the pool tables, and I was like, couple beers, and me, I was like, I was putting on the X Games. So we were playing pool, watching like BMX guys. It was fucking sick. But anyway, I get what you're saying.
And then two, just because I want a big celebration, and I'm not trying to get ahead of what we're talking about right now, but my reaction, positive or negative, for the crowning of Jade Cargill winning the title, I want that to be at the bar. I want that to be a big moment, a celebration.
Shots
drinks
for everyone.
on me,
Shots for everyone.
Or I'm gonna dine and dash and be devastated because Jade loses. So.
Naturally.
But so you're going with CM Punk here? Is that
officially? As of now, we'll see how the rest of this podcast plays out. But I have CM Punk. It goes against pretty much everything I've said so far and everything we talked about, but it goes to a little bit of the fact, maybe I said the latter part, of doing something at Saturday Night's Main Event, building up Saturday Night's Main Event to be a C-list show. It's not an A show, it's not a B show, it's a C pay-per-view PLE. And something like we were talking about. Something's if it's a no contest, there's gonna be a new champion. You know, on paper, the title's vacated. Let's pretend there's not going to be a no contest, and this is just like kayfabe rules, and we're just like, someone's got to win. I could see them being like, Seth's out. Punk was going to get it eventually. It's an easy answer, not just reiterate what I said last week, and easy not in a bad way, but it's we're going to do this at WrestleMania, but we're right here now. Punk's, we need a top guy. We did, Jey Uso could still be a top guy, but we had him as the world champion already. Let's pull the trigger now on Punk. Fuck it. I don't know. I don't know how likely that is, but I could see that being like the takeaway of the night, and I could see coming here next Tuesday and being like, wow, they did something on Saturday's main event.
I could absolutely see CM Punk winning the World Heavyweight title at Saturday Night's main event, and I think that would be awesome. And I think that's why I'm actually really into this match, because I'm kind of thinking
it's so unpredictable.
Both guys could win, and that's why I'm super into this match.
When this match first got booked, I saw there was two sides of it. There was one side that were saying, like, when Jey Uso won, one side was saying, oh, great. Now we know who's winning. It's so obvious that Jay's winning.
That was me. Oh, no, I was the other side.
And then I saw the other side of just being like, oh, I can't believe Jay won. Punk's obviously going to kill him.
Yeah.
And perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. That's what I have no clue who's winning this match.
I have since come to the middle of it. But
Me too.
But last week I was like, oh, CM Punk's going to kill him. But
I was kind of the same way. I was kind of the same way. I think, like I said, I think I'm still sticking with Punk. And also maybe part of it too is like, maybe Punk winning it at 40-something years old, and he already did briefly touch the title for 5 minutes. Maybe this isn't the WrestleMania moment. Maybe this isn't the, maybe more so the WrestleMania moment is a Dominic Mysterio or a Braun Breaker doing something crazier. When I don't know.
Well, you bring up the name Braun Breaker, and that's the next long World Heavyweight title reign that we're going to get. So, respectively to whoever wins this match, and even said by Breaker himself last night, or actually better yet, LA Knight was saying this last night, but whoever wins this match has a tall order ahead of themselves going forward for sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready to move on. I don't really have that much to say about this next match, to be honest with you. But we are going to, unless you had anything else for Punk Jay, but I think we kind of covered everything.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. This is where the Saturday Night's main event of it all comes more so into play. But I have Cody retaining here. I would love Drew to win. I think if this was any other show, if this was Survivor Series, I might even choose Drew. So I think we're at the point now where, like, we did the year-long Cody run. Cody lost it and then just won it back at SummerSlam. I think now we are. It's more likely for Cody to lose the title again. Granted, SummerSlam wasn't that long ago. Just won it. Sucks that Drew's going to eat another loss. Drew should be. I'm glad he's in the world title picture. But I think it's another loss for the Drew heads out there. IMO the Druids. I don't know. So I'm going Codester to retain. It was a solid promo on SmackDown too, but I'm going Codester.
Yeah, I feel you. I share the same sentiments. Also going Cody for 3 confidence points. It's kind of unfortunate time period right now with Cody's reign and where Drew's at, because right now there's really no scenario where I'm kind of leaving Saturday's main event, in particular with this match, like super excited. I think it's a no-brainer. Cody will retain, and as a big Cody fan, that should normally excite me, but it is at the cost of Drew taking another loss. And this match this whole story a little boring, I would say. Like, again, there's not much meat on the bone. It's kind of overcooked meat at this point too.
And it's same old Drew, which I love, but it is same old Drew of like, I was right, and you actually suck. And it's like, okay, like, yeah.
And I'm sure the match will be solid, but it's not gonna go too long. It's on Saturday's main event. There's other title matches. But the American Nightmare is the American Nightmare. He's QB1 for a goddamn reason. This man put on a classic in slacks just a few weeks ago. That's my champion. That's my guy. We'll see. And the thing is, I think a lot of this has to do with supposedly this match was supposed to be Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre at this event. Things changed because of injury, so we kind of get this kind of speed opportunity for this title match. Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is going to win this match, and but I hope they do something where Drew looks as strong as possible in defeat.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be a fun match from what we see between the 6 commercial breaks in it. It'll be good. I think they'll beat the shit out of each other, and then I think it'll probably be a pause on Drew. I can't imagine Drew's gonna like get another match or whatever. I feel like he's kind of been around Cody for a while. But yeah, like I said, we could talk about the SmackDown promo, which was solid. Cody brought up Dustin briefly, which was cool. But yeah. All right. Next one that I feel like you were clamoring to chat about. We got Tiffany Stratton defending her Women's WWE Championship against newly heel badass Hollywood Jade Cargill. Before you get into picks or whatever, I want to talk about the turn. I want to talk about the match. We had, first of all, someone who I think is worth more than worth mentioning here in this whole scape of what happened. Kiana James, I think, looked great against Tiffany Stratton. I think people are going to that thing, me included, thinking it was like, oh, it's gonna be a squash and da-da. That was great. Julia and Chelsea Green kind of floating around here are involved, and then Jade Cargill with the scar in her eyebrow. And someone in chat pointed out that there might have been a little red glitter in the scar. Raising the hand. Boom! Clothesline from hell, Jade Cargill. I'm curious I want to hear your initial thoughts about it. And I'm curious to bring up people's reactions to it, because I heard mixed reactions about it in terms of just the general scheme of things. But I guess overall, you being the notable Jade Cargill leader of the stand page, you know what I mean? How we feeling?
What are the haters saying? Please tell me what people had to say negatively about this.
I think they're just saying, which I disagree with, but they're saying like, oh, it happened out of nowhere. There was no reason for it. Da-da-da. And it's like, well, you hate shocks, you hate fun.
You hate someone realizing that they've had a goddamn enough, and sometimes in life you have to take what's yours, and when you are bigger, better, more beautiful than all the rest, you have to take what's yours, and you have to take your crown, and the moment is now for Jade Cargill. I'm so freaking excited.
Yep.
The scar on her face is literal and metaphorical. She's been through this journey. Even day one at AEW, she's been learning on the go. As much as I will say, she is a box office attraction. She looks like $1 million. She hasn't always been the best in the ring, but she has come so far from the beginning of AEW to them joining WWE, being on the shelf for like her first year. People forget about that.
Yeah.
She's put in the work, and this is all from my manifesting, just from my phone background that's in the other room. But this was, I thought it was great. Iconic look. I'll never forget the look.
Good.
The black leather pants, the shirt with the dog on it, and just one of those
spike choker.
Yeah,
so sick. Yeah,
like,
so sick.
Like, you know, there's things that you remember about certain moments, and that's something I always remember. I mean, God, how can I not with Jade Cargill? But like even like, you know, Mark Henry in the pink salmon suit, and like in the barbershop window. There's things that you just remember.
That's why
I'll never forget.
It's why I always bring up, like, you know, it's why the attire, the clothes, the look matters. It's kind of why I'm not going to dive into this conversation too much, but it's why I'm so pressed about, like, you know, advertisements, and like, you know, there's like an image where, like, you know, I forget what it was. I think, you know, Io Sky pin Rhea Ripley on top of the Slim Jim. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But like wrestlers dressing cool, and like, it's why I'm annoyed sometimes where like Roman Reigns just comes out in like a hoodie and Nike sweats, you know, and it's why I like Cody dressing in the suit. I love Jade Cargill dressing with like the black and white and having the choker and like the little detail with accentuating the scar, you know. It's little things like that add to it. And you might not, like, most people won't pick up on that in terms of just like, that's not what they're gonna be focused on, but all those little things add up to the moment you do remember. Yeah, and like you said, it's why, like, you know, however far down the line, you're gonna remember when Jade Cargill turned heel and blah blah, dressed in black and white, and she looked like this, or and it's also why I said Hollywood Jade, Hollywood Hogan. She had the black gloves, the fingerless gloves. I think are very like Hollywood Hogan, which I think is just like a little. I don't know if that's on purpose, but I think it also adds to it. I love it.
Fast forward 3 or 4 years from now, we're going to be clamoring for Jade Cargill appearances on SmackDown. They're going to be rare occurrences. She's a bona fide superstar, and when she reaches that brass ring and if she becomes a multiple time WWE Women's World Champion, we're going to realize, like, oh my God, we had it so goddamn good. And the folks that are saying this came out of nowhere. What are you on about? Because she came up short one-on-one for Tiffany at SummerSlam. That was a huge, monumental loss for her. A career's length of work all lost before her eyes. And then on SmackDown, she gets another opportunity, and she has her life flash before her eyes because Nia Jax almost put steel steps right in between her skull and her eyes, and she has a scar to prove it. And that was her Becky Lynch coming of age moment that was kind of overshadowed by the botch pin. And that's why I love when like real life plays into factors of pro wrestling. And Jade Cargill to me is just, this is her moment. I swear to bejesus, if she doesn't win the title here, and I get it, it's Stache main event, it could be a bigger scale, but this has to be like, for instance, when Roman Reigns came back and he was a heel, and I think he did that. That might have been at SummerSlam. But I remember like when he beat The Fiend in Braun Strowman that match, it kind of felt like a little bit out of nowhere. But that was a start of 1,316 days. I feel the same way about Jade with this upcoming title run because she has to get this run. She has to get this title. I think when she wins it, she has this dominant heel run where she just runs roughshod all throughout SmackDown. Because again, you kind of pointed out last week where before this heel turn happened, like SmackDown Women's main title division, not the beefiest. Raw, stacked, but SmackDown kind of, this is Jade's division to run for a year, maybe 2.
I think, too, a lot of people noted this, too, and this I agree with, is, I mean, one, I imagine we're on the same page about this. She's way more natural as a heel. She has this cool, badass look. She works better as a heel, as we've even seen in AEW. And even like her moveset, where, yes, I do, pretty much at least partly agree with people being like, yeah, she's still continuously improving. She's leaps and bounds better than what she used to be, but
she's had good matches this year.
Yeah, absolutely. In ring wise, I think she's still going to continue to develop even better. But as a heel, she can kind of lean on doing, big, strong, powerful moves, and then she can hit someone with a power slam and then flex for like a minute, and then you know what I mean. So like her moveset is going to really benefit from her being a heel as well. I think it's going to improve her character and everything. And
it's so much easier to cut a promo as a bad guy.
It's true.
Just to talk your shit and be confident and believe in that. While you're playing a good character, you kind of have to be reserved. You got to be humble, which isn't always the funnest, sexiest, most confident thing in the world. Now she's a baddie. She give her 2 other females to kind of have in a faction almost, to kind of for her heavies almost. I don't want to call her heavies because she's heavy alone, but like, I don't know. There's so much potential for this Jade run. I'm so excited. I haven't been excited for this for a match in a long time. Like Saturn's main event, I'm in there like swimwear. I cannot wait.
And it turns out Naomi was right the whole time. Naomi was right, and this gets me excited for now. Where one, Bianca Belair, obviously still dealing with her injury. I would hope that, coming back maybe soon, so you can run Bianca where it's like, hey, we were partners. What the hell? I was injured. Now you're bad. And like Bianca Jade feud is going to go crazy. When Naomi comes back, inevitably, there's so much, as when this feud was at its peak, or not even at its peak, but it was just going on, we were talking about, give me the triple threat. Naomi versus Bianca versus Jade Cargill. Now there's steps to like get those matches and those different matchups now with Jade as a heel, Bianca as a face, and really leaning into that, like, you were my friend, I'm losing all my friends. You rope Naomi back into this. I mean, this is like looking down the line, pretty deep into next year, but like, we're setting up some pretty fun stuff here,
Nail in the head, absolutely.
So, I mean, I think I know who you got, but if you want to give me your confidence points, who do you got officially?
4, and there's a 5th match added. 5 confidence points on Jade Cargill, manifesting world champion for 2 years, unstoppable. I've been on the fan train since the day freaking won the greatest TBS champion of all time, and then will be one of the greatest WWE women's champions of all time. Let's go.
I got Tiffany Stratton squash. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's interesting you say that too, and like I kind of been saying this for a couple times for Jade Cargill matches, but like this match itself, like kind of would make some sense for a squash.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't at all.
New attitude.
No, it wouldn't.
Really just kind of drive home the fact that Jade's dominant. Why not just
bury Tiffany?
Yeah, you don't want to do that. She's had too great of a run, which like, you know, hats off to Tiffany, and she's gonna be a multi-time women's world champion too. Even with her too, it's kind of interesting where like Jade, I think Tiffany would work a lot better as a heel too.
Yeah,
her
I agree.
Persona, but that's down the road. But.
Well, I think we do need to. So I have Jade winning.
Okay.
But cautiously. Proceed with caution, no pun intended. But because, you know, again, and I feel like I'm sounding annoying at this point, but there is the Saturday Night's Main Event of it all. They could just have Tiffany retain. It wouldn't make it, like, the right move is for Jade to win. It being on Saturday Night's main event just makes me nervous.
I will rip Triple H's nose off.
And I hope I eat my words. I want to eat my words next week. But just to the conversation a little bit on the other side of it, with Tiffany winning. There's a world where Tiffany wins, and that is, I think that is, it's a bad move. It squanders the heel turn. It's pumps the brakes immediately on it. It makes me nervous that it's on Saturday's main event. But to the credit of the speculation about the main event, is we're talking about the main event potentially ending in a no contest. Maybe this is the thing to happen. Jade versus Tiffany is usually with Saturday's main event. Nowadays, there's at least one thing that happens, which is great. I give it credit. There's one thing that happens. If there's the one thing that happens on Saturday, it's Jade winning the title, and that's a big shock, or not a shock, but like a big moment, right? And then if you have Punk and Jey Uso ending in a no contest, great, big whoop. Who cares? Everyone's out trick or treating anyway. Or no, that was the night before. Everyone's hungover anyway. Everyone's still going to Halloween parties. But yeah, it needs to be Jade. It's tough if Tiffany wins too, but I don't think it's a zero chance. You know what I mean?
I think it's a zero chance. Tiffany time is over.
I hope so.
It's like The Sopranos. It's over.
I move on to a match that got announced last night. Match that I've been speculating on. I would even go as far as say as I called it, but it wasn't that hard to call. I'm not trying to pump out my chest too much. We have Dominic Mysterio defending his Intercontinental Championship against Penta and Rusev. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to this match. This is I'll get mine out of the way. I have Dom retaining. I'm not gonna say it again, but I'm gonna say it again. Saturday's main event of it all. This is it's a great match. I don't think this feud is over. I'm surprised we're getting this triple threat now, because I thought Penta or Rusev would have been one to take it off Dom. I just don't see multiple new champs coming. Like, imagine if we come out of this random mass Saturday's main event with 3 new champions. I would love it. It'd be great. That'd be crazy.
No, let's make it 4. Dude, Jey Uso,
make it 4.
Drew McIntyre, Jade, and Rusev.
Saturday night's main event is the new WrestleMania. It's where big things happen. But now it's gonna be like, the Raw after Saturday night's main event. But yeah, I have Dom retaining here. I kind of lost my train of thought, but
the Americanos, would they be involved?
Yes. That's exactly where I was going. This is gonna be so overbooked. So there's so much stuff that's gonna happen. The Americanos are gonna come in. Bravo and Riho are gonna come in. They made their appearances last night. There's gonna be Judgment Day stuff that's gonna come out and come to a boil. So I don't know. It's not gonna be the cleanest, and I don't know. It'll be fun though. I'm looking forward to it. I just don't know if the title's moving. I don't know. What do you think?
The title is in fact moving, my friend. It's going to one Rusev.
Wow.
It's going to Rusev, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to come down to this. It's going to come down to the Americanos and Grande getting involved, messing it up, and then Rusev is not going to win. I'm going Dom Mysterio.
I was
trying to think of something crazy.
If anything, because like Rusev, to me, it's Dom, Penta, Rusev.
Yeah, for sure.
Penta and Rusev maybe interchanging, but
I'm just trying to think like how, or like, to me, it's a bit too predictable for Dom to win, but at the same time,
yeah, I mean, so isn't Cody Drew,
Yeah, I know it's a bit tough, but like with the Americanos, like you know they're going to be involved, and like what is the deal with El Grande and Dom? Like what have they worked out, and like what are the El Grandes to gain from this relationship? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I almost kind of wish that El Grande was in this match. I think a 4-way would have worked too.
I saw people wanting Dom to put both titles on the line, and then like one win, one pin is the AAA, or I don't know, some shit like that.
And that's one thing too, where I'm like, I'm such a believer in Dom Mysterio. I love him, and this title run I want to kind of last forever. He does have the other title though, so he in theory could drop the IC title to two very deserving wrestlers here. But I just don't think I see that happening at the end of the day. As much as I love Rusev, as much as I love Penta, give me one confidence point on Dom Mysterio retaining.
Yeah, I don't think that's crazy. I got to run through my confidence points right now real quick. I'll go... Let me do it out right now. I'm going to go... What do I think is likely to happen? I'm going Cody Rhodes 4 to retain. Give me Dom 3, Jade 2, Punk 1.
Nice.
That's where I'm going. I'm playing it safe with like... And Cody's a shoe-in to win. And then I think the I don't know if Dom's moving. Like again, it kind of just goes to like if one title's changing hands, I don't know how many we're getting. But it's looking like a fun show, and I've said that before, and I say it sucks that every single time I come out of Saturday's main event, I'm just like, see, it was just a fine show. But like I think this will be quality wise, it'll be fun. The commercials are going to be really annoying, but
I'm easy to please. I think I'll have a ball.
Yeah. Plus, it feels. As big of stakes as the matches are, it still feels low, like risk almost. You know what I mean?
I would say too that kind of has to do with like Jey Uso a bit. I mean, he's supposed to be the main event. Punk and Jay Jay still to me doesn't seem like the big superstar marquee guy that can really drive the car. Although I mean that's supposed to be Cody. He is on the card too with Drew. So.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think main events?
I think Punk versus Jay. Although,
I was talking about this, as we're circling all the way back to it. I think the winner, the end of the match depends on the placement. I think if Punk and Jay main event, there's a winner.
Yeah.
I think if they don't main event, they're gonna do a no contest. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't want to put Cody and Drew in the main event again, just because like I just feel like when they did that for WrestlePalooza, the crowd at the point was kind of like tired and like thinking like this match is predictable and like kind of get over with almost a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what I want.
Yeah,
I just think that's what I mean. I think if I had to choose, I'd put the vacant title main event.
Yeah, I think for sure.
But I think
I'm choosing. I'm putting Jade. I'm putting Jade in the main event. Honestly,
that's true.
Big confetti, fireworks, all that stuff.
Honestly, that'd be great. They treat her like a baby face winning it, confetti and everything. Yeah,
that's fine.
All right, what else do you want to talk about? Well, that's kind of our Saturday night's main event. Again, folks, the SNME Championship will be on the line. If I'm free, I'll probably be streaming it. As again, it kind of depends on how I'm feeling, and also if I don't know if the Halloween parties are going to happen Saturday. I'm seeing people going out already. People went out last weekend. What are we doing?
People take advantage of the whole last 2 weeks of October these days. Every day is a Halloween day.
Halloween's on Friday. That's when we're celebrating, and celebrate on Saturday too. I don't know if anything's going on Saturday, but yeah. So maybe a stream on the John Moonsault channels. We'll see. But yeah, it's kind of that. Let's go into wrestler/match of the week. And then after that, we just kind of like, I know there's a lot of stuff that happened at Halloween Havoc. I admittedly did not get a chance to see Halloween Havoc. I don't know if you caught
neither.
anything.
I know. I feel kind of a fraud.
Me too. It seemed like a fun show.
It seemed like a really good show. And I also didn't catch last week's Dynamite, which I think I saw a lot of people compliment Okada.
Okada Bandito.
And Bandito was really good. So I'm
good.
kind of slacking as a fastest rising wrestling content creator, but things got in the way.
Busy time
in the day.
Yeah, so we'll touch upon that stuff. I think, and Full Gear is happening the weekend before Survivor Series. So in a couple of weeks, we're gonna be talking about that and doing predictions. But wrestler/match of the week. Who do you got? Give me your match of the week.
Again, I only caught SmackDown. I only caught Raw. I'm sure there's many matches that that happened this past week that should be this list. And you want to crucify me, you can crucify me. But I really enjoyed Braun Breaker versus LA Knight last night. The crowd was eating into it. There was really good, solid action. LA Knight A guy that not just a promo, a really, really solid in-ring wrestler. The ending caught me really off guard. And Braun Breaker, to me, is the future. As corny as his trunks are with the nicknames and monikers.
With the gold, black and gold look good.
It looked really good.
The black and gold looks so sick.
The color scheme looked good. He looks like $1 million, but just the future, badass. To me, just kind of seems a bit like, oh, eye roll. But at the end of the day, greatest spear of all time. Sent LA Knight to smithereens. I did notice, though, I knew LA Knight wasn't winning because the guy had jobber boo-boo face on the way to the ring. And again, the frustration as LA Knight fans, to me, I even tweeted last night, like, being an LA Knight fan is a lot similar to my Dallas Cowboy fan, and whether it's expectations and then just massive disappointment every cycle. So it's a tough out here. Not losing complete hope yet for LA Knight. And here's the thing, it's like, him getting this spot on Raw and getting the time to talk and showcase that he is that guy, he eventually will break through, I think. But at the end of the day, if he's not winning matches, that won't happen. But Braun Breaker, LA Knight, really good action. My match of the week.
I think I'm butchering this stat, but someone dropped something about it in the chat last night. I think LA Knight hasn't won a match, I think, since the beginning of July.
I mean, against
it was something like
Saturday
that.
Night's main event against Seth.
Probably what it was.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
And it's like, here's my this isn't me just dogging on LA Knight. It's more just like what I'm being presented on TV. And it's like, he had this backstage promo. I think we touched upon it earlier where he was like, whoever wins that match, look out, I'm coming for you. Da-da-da. And then he goes out and loses to Braun Breaker, and it was he got a lot of offense in. It was more offense than I thought he was going to get in, and
some Reed interference too.
Sure, and it's just like hearing this guy's promo and him doing his and I'm not saying this in an annoying way, but in his he's doing his rock thing and whatever, and really puffing out his chest, and it's on paper it's great, but then you're like, but he's the least intimidating guy on the roster right now because he keeps losing, and it's like it doesn't help like his granted he is solid in the ring. I'm not taking anything away from that, but obviously his biggest thing is talking. He's one of the best talkers in the company, and now you're at a point where that's not even carrying him because you can't just be talking and being like, and I'm gonna whoop your ass and da-da-da, and then you lose and you lose and you lose. You don't get there. So it's like hearing him talk is almost now. I was listening to it last night and I was just like, and I couldn't help by being just like, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. And I don't like that. He should be. It sucks that it's affecting his promos, and now it's almost an eye roll. Just
I'm in full agreement with you, man. And it's such a frustrating thing as a fan of his. He's the boy who cried gold. He's never gonna reach that upper echelon. And it's at this point too, when he's cutting these kind of fun promos and the crowd's into it, the yeahs have never been louder.
Still over.
But it's I don't believe you.
Exactly.
And at this point too, with how often you lose, I'm starting to look at him, and like I said, jobber boo-boo face on the way out to the ring, he's starting not to believe in himself, which is another issue. And as again, long-time defender, we kind of go our classic back and forth stick with LA Knight, but there's been even times too recently with his promos where he's always kind of had flubs, which I kind of love because it kind of adds an authenticity and a realness to what he's saying. And I believe what he's saying isn't scripted. But there's been a few times, and I think we mentioned that with his promo battle with Punk a few weeks ago. Yeah. He hasn't really killed on the mic recently either. So I'm a little worried about my boy. I am worried about my boy. And you asked me too many weeks ago, will he win a world title? I kind of begrudgingly said no. I still feel that way too at the end of the day. And it sucks, man. It sucks. I want him to succeed. But I think we're running out of chances. Yeah, I don't know how many times he's going to keep getting to the top of the mountain or even close to the top of the mountain. You know what I mean? Because that's been a long formula of the WWE for a long time. Keep beating down the babyface until eventually we revolt. But I just think there isn't much supply and ammo left for the revolt to happen. Yeah. So match of the week, I am going to go, I tell you this, I think I saw this off pod, but I went to the Focus Pro Wrestling show here in good old New England. Shit rocked, great show. It's the best promotion, best people over there. Everyone's family. So all my picks, admittedly, are from Focus Pro. I had a
ball, dude. I went with some buddies. There's more story time and stuff that's gonna happen over on the Patreon about that show. But such a ball. Unfortunately, 2 wrestlers were out and had to be replaced. But like they made it work. Shit, and it's like, God, everyone's so everyone's so cool. Everyone's a family at this point. What happened?
A couple wrestlers didn't make the show.
I know.
Next man up. I don't know.
Give me the call. Give me the call. Let me in. There was a death match on the card. That was fun. It was also, it was nice to like go with a couple buddies. We got some pizza, dude. I'll tell you what. Shout out Widowmaker, but like we had the which everyone, because they're slinging out pies like bar pizza.
Oh, yeah.
So like half the crowd just like has like a big old pizza box, and they're just like it's electric. It rocks. But anyway. My match of the week, leaning into the Halloween of it all, I'm going Mike Garcia and Amity. I'm butchering that name. Mike Garcia and Amity Levy, Amityllavey, Amity Levy versus Nat Castle and Leo Sparrow. It was great. Mike Garcia. Fantastic. He's coming off of he was on a shelf for a while. Shout out Cody as well. And they're like the team of Mike Garcia and Mitty. They're very like dark and Halloween and spooky and shit, which I appreciate because like Halloween's coming up, so I'm leaning to the Halloween match of it all. And everyone put on a great show. I hadn't seen a Mitty Levy before. She won me over. She was so good. Very very fun match. My match of the week.
I love to hear it.
All right, give me your. I'll start with wrestler of the week again. And I apologize to people. This is me putting you on. I like to give some shine, use a platform for like the indies and some of my friends and the my local. But.
Brother, when I went to the Focus Pro show a few months ago, I felt the same way. It's all I wanted to talk about.
I know.
It's that much fun.
Show of the week.
Yeah.
Wrestler of the week is Monty Aries. He had a match against Drew Gulak. He won that match, and then main appearance in the main event, pulled a little bit of double duty, and then at their next show, which I think is their like big show, dog collar match to get his world title back against Danny Miles. So just like in terms of storytelling and in-ring performance and how leveling up he gets every single show. Monty Aries, friend of the show, shout out you. It's my wrestler of the week.
I love it. Shout out Monty. Very similar to Monty, my wrestler of the week, Charlotte Flair.
Sure.
Very similar. Charlotte Flair. I can confirm, and that's the thing too. The main event last night, Raw, the women's tag team title match, Lyra and Bayley versus Charlotte and Alexa, also right up there.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that match as a whole after you.
Almost made my match of the week, but I'm a sucker for Braun Breaker, a sucker for LA Knight. So, but really enjoy that match. But my wrestler of the week is Charlotte Flair. I think one half, and I'm not going on a limb saying this. I think it's true. One half of the greatest women's WWE tag team champions of all time. I think they broke the record last night of most title defenses.
I think with like how many, like four?
Like four. And here's the thing: I guess the women's tag team titles will never be like they'll never have actual tag teams in this division. It'll always be 2 single stars slapped together.
Right.
But when you have great matches like you had last night, I'm not gonna complain too much about that right now. This was a lot of fun. And rightfully so. I'm kind of glad these women main evented last night. But then Charlotte Flair, how much fun she's having at this run, and what she means to women's wrestling, and where I kind of put her in the upper echelon of the greatest women's wrestler of all time. It's so fun to me to see where she's at right now in her career, having an absolute ball, putting on bangers, looking like $1 million, like always. And I kind of thought maybe last night they're going to drop the titles. Gleefully, happily, they did not. Retained in a great match. But my wrestler of the week, Charlotte Flair. Woo!
Yeah, deserved. I think she was great. I loved so I want to lean in and talk about the main event as a whole. My favorite spot, I think, of the whole show was the I forget the name, when they do the double. What's Charlotte's move where like the person's on their knees, she has like the fucking front flip, almost a DDT sort of thing.
Not twisted.
Oh shit! It sucks.
But that move,
we're a bunch of frauds. She did the double with Alexa. I don't even know what to look it up. What am I gonna do? The double whatever with Alexa. Yeah, if you look up like Charlotte Flair moves or some shit, I'm sure it'll be there. This match rocked, and we got I did a yays and boos about it. That'll be out on the day before this. Clean win. We got a clean win, a decisive victory. Granted, like both teams were face, and what do we got?
I don't got nothing.
No. We got a clean win. And people were like, thank God we're getting something different. The woman, first of all, period, are main eventing. And more so the women's tag team titles are main eventing, which, like, to your credit about, them being a great team, is they got the titles in the main event. Like, that's fucking huge. WWE forgot these titles exist most of the time. You know what I mean? Now we're in the main event. And you have the likes of Lyra, Bayley, Charlotte, Alexa in this women's tag team. It feels revitalized, rejuvenated. You also have the Kabuki Warriors in the scene. That's a stacked division. You have. But I loved that clean win. Kabuki Warriors didn't interfere till later. Kabuki Warriors, came in afterward, beat them down, blah, blah. Good storytelling there. We're leading to some more, Asuka Kairi stuff, which is great. Kairi, just an amazing elbow to finish out the show. And cooled off, not cooled off, but like we didn't get too much of Bayley like super tweaking. I thought we were kind of gonna get something. Her freaking out on Lyra.
But I'm a sucker for the spot they kind of routinely do in these tag team matches with Charlotte and Alexa, where Charlotte has someone in the figure eight, and then off the top rope, Alexa does the twisted bliss.
So
right?
good.
Like I can watch that 8 times out of 8. Like it's just the best.
Sorry, I looked up Charlotte Flair moves. It's gonna kill me if I don't find out the name of this shit. So
it's like they're on their knees and it's kind of just like the kind of jumping over. Yeah, I don't know what exactly that's called, but I don't think we're too frauds for not knowing exactly what it's. What is it called? No, I don't know. This is not a quiz. We don't.
I know.
This is a nice chill pod.
Nice. It's chill vibes episode. This isn't for any points. But yeah, no, I love this. I'm excited for the women's tag division. I had some. There was a moment where, what was it? Alexa's someone's earring. I think it was Lyra's. Yeah, Lyra's earring got caught in Alexa's shirt, and they had to scramble real quick. And luckily, Alexa was had a t-shirt over, so she just take off the t-shirt. She obviously had ring gear on. But I saw that. That was an interesting thing. But yeah, great match. Speaking of pointing out, I'm curious what you think about this. I tweeted something I just pointed out real quick. I forget what match it was. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Let me look at my Twitter here. Okay. During LA Knight and Braun Breaker, not just pass over the rest of the women's championship talk, but great main event, fantastic match, very compelling, stacked. But
my wrestler of the week, Charlotte Flair, woo.
In terms of nitpicking, also I love the woo battle between Lyra and Charlotte, and then Charlotte being that's my thing.
Yeah, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, Lyra also just continuously proven one of the best on the roster, dude. She's so good.
She might be she's in my top 5 for women's wrestlers of the year.
Love it. Yeah. I think it's very deserved.
I always put her out one immediately, but I gotta Io Sky. But she's very much up there in the conversation, which is great.
I was watching LA Knight vs. Braun Breaker, and such a nitpick. It has only 4 likes on Twitter.
I love it.
It doesn't. Who gives a
Banger.
shit? I'm just such a fan of Charles Robinson. I think that's what the conversation was happening in the chat about Charles Robinson. And I think I was watching on a SmackDown. He was refereeing some match, and every single hit he reacts and has this big oh, whoa. He reacts to everything. Whoever this guy reffing LA Knight and Braun Breaker, it's one of these new refs where they're jacked and they're a supermodel and shit.
Should have been a wrestler, but
should have been a wrestler. I miss when referees were fat old guys. But LA Knight and Braun Breaker is hitting them with a fucking Frankenstein or whatever.
Right.
The referees doesn't give a shit. The referee does. There's no sort of just ooh or whoa or oh no. The referee at minimum, the referee will give a little just but nothing.
I guess he's taking the job description of a referee, which is you're supposed to not stand out whatsoever. Seriously.
Sure, you're right. That's a good point to it.
And maybe Charles has that pull because he's a Hall of Famer. But I don't know. I hear what you're saying though, because I think you
are
a
little bit more of
put over the action that you're seeing right before you, not just be a zombie. On the topic referees, I had to shout out once again Jessica Carr. Jessica Carr is awesome. Did a great job in the Nikki Bella Roxanne Perez match where she was giving Raquel a lot of the business because she was interfering. And to my dismay or whatever, my kind of ongoing rivalry with Nikki Bella.
Nikki looked good.
First of all, she looked phenomenal last night, and then a good match, like a really good showing. Put over Roxanne Perez, which I was really happy to see too. And then the post match with Stephanie, which I'm like, oh my god, I love Monday Night Raw. I love being alive and seeing the action unfolding before my eyes. Loving that kind of pairing. I really would like to see though, before Nikki goes, her turn heel. And the whole Stephanie thing, because again, I'm never gonna forget you saying Stephanie's name wrong, and you're clearly here. You're lingering, but you're clearly here now to put over some stars like you just did for Roxanne. I think Nikki Bella, Stephanie Vicaire world title match would be pretty good. Maybe a good retirement match if she is ready to retire, Nikki Bella, or maybe
I think it's a good cosign.
I think that would rock.
Yeah. No, I was very impressed by Nikki.
Yeah.
The baby blue with the red on the attire was sick. Roxanne killing it. Yeah, love it. I think there was a moment in that match. I think was it that match or another match? Like it looked like I think Roxy got rocked, and the referee was like, "Holy shit, are you good?"
I will say that actually, the post match they did a big stare off between Stephanie and Raquel. And like Raquel was about to, because Stephanie made the save. And then like Nikki stops selling after getting her ass kicked and then like kind of makes it like a 3-way face off.
Oh, she did like get up.
Suddenly. And I'm like, I was like, what the hell are you doing, lingerer?
That's funny.
Sell your injuries. Like make this a moment between Stephanie and Raquel. I don't know. It felt very forced and almost like impromptu where Nikki was like, let me be part of this.
I do love, like, it's like my favorite trope now where like the women that have come over from like, stardom or, have history in Joshi or were killing it in Mexico, like a Stephanie and an Io who are like legends already outside of WWE. Them like being in WWE, being best friends with Nikki Bella, and being like, you taught me everything I know. Nikki Bella is like, it's so, I'm not even saying that in like a because she's like, it's so funny. I love it. It's so good. She's best friends with Io and Stephanie. It rocks.
It's like the equivalent almost of like Shinsuke Nakamura coming from New Japan and then being like, oh, LA Knight, you taught me everything,
Yeah, it's like, like all these like, really, really decorated outside and like, some of the best professional wrestlers in the world, and then being like, thank you, Nikki. Thank you for teaching me how to do a leg drop. That shit rocks.
Love the rack attack.
All right, folks, I think that is the show. We have our predictions down. Unless there's anything, let's go over
best shoes out of the shoes promo.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that. All right, let's round the show out. We'll chat about shoes, and then we'll mention results from Halloween Havoc. But it's a good reference. Classic YouTube. So I obviously made a whole video about like people were speculating like Chris Jericho, and then once more shoes dropped, it was like, oh wait, it's a faction. It's gonna be the Vision, and what they're gonna add Austin Theory, and then people were like, with the loafers, it was Gunther. And I'm not innocent from all this.
Jericho, Santos Escobar.
Yeah, I saw that.
Andrade.
Saw that.
You had, I saw some Vinnie Max out there. I was like, what is
crazy.
Going on?
I saw Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah, you had everyone under the sun, the speculation, but at the end of the day, it seems like it's
the final video. What seemed like, or at least the final teaser at the end, or sometime during Raw, the chip with 2026, which is also heavy speculation. Like, oh, it's just a Mania announcement. Now it's
Double or Nothing collab with AEW.
Right. Now it's being reported that those men were probably. I mean, the most obvious one was the boot cut jeans with Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman's hands, and then you had probably Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, probably a CM Punk or whatever. So I don't know. I get, and I don't know. People are like taking the high ground. They're like, what? People are upset about them advertising WrestleMania 2026. What? Yeah, people aren't mad. People are like, when's the last time we got one of these big like teaser videos and like someone's coming or like whatever? Probably Aleister Black was probably the last one. I don't know. It was good hype up, especially with War Games coming. That's why people were like, oh, is it a new faction? Is Austin Theory replacing Seth or whatever. And then just for it to be, it's already been announced that WrestleMania is in Las Vegas. So one, it's like, how many times can they announce it? Two, why is it so mysterious? Why is it such a tease? On
a random Saturday morning or Sunday, right. Like it was just,
like, I just don't know what the deal is. Are they gonna, like what, I'm curious what the big, like, announcement video will be. Because I was like, are they going to announce a match already?
No, I think it's just a commercial for WrestleMania 42.
But it's early. That's the thing.
I don't think it's too early. I mean, like, here's the thing. October, I see the criticisms, but also at the same time, it's like, I think it's definitely a good example of the WWE universe, pro wrestling Twitter, just kind of jumping the gun on things and kind of making and kind of, getting their own way a little bit of this, like, this making things seem like they're not, or just kind of jumping the gun a bit for speculation. Because again, you got your own hopes up at the end of the day.
But I don't think that because, like, when those first couple videos dropped, it was just shoes walking.
The first
and the first 4 of them.
Yeah.
And that is classic, like, tease, I think that's so. I'm not, and as someone who comes on here most times and being like, everyone shut the fuck up, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe I'm just defending myself, but like, I think the way they did it was like a very just like, we got something, which like they've done before.
They successfully got the people talking and got people's attention, 100%. But it's kind of disappointing that, it's for WrestleMania 42. Which I'll say this, though.
We know what's coming. We already know what's happening.
Because we for sure know what's coming. Because, again, if I see that goddamn commercial, Triple H on the roof, get me the hell off of here one more time, I'm going to blow my brains out. So,
I forgot about
if they want to replace that commercial with a bunch of guys walking to a poker table, sure, I'm for it. But, it was very interesting seeing the speculation and people up in arms about, this is just this and that. And, like, it was really funny and really just a very poetic thing of, like, just, don't count your chickens before they hatch and all that stuff.
I am looking forward to when the chicken does hatch and when we get that, like, announcement video, and it's gonna be so funny. Where it's gonna just be everyone, like you said, sitting down at a poker table, and then Triple H be ante up, or he's gonna say some sort of poker thing.
I think Shawn has to be the dealer. I think Shawn Michaels
Shawn's the dealer.
Looks like a poker dealer.
Cody's gonna be like, I'm all in or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, all right. Let's touch upon Halloween Havoc results, because some big things happen at Halloween Havoc, and then we're gonna jump over to the Patreon. The match I want to watch out of all this, but like the one that jumps out to me, Javon Evans and Leon Slater versus Mr. Iguana and La Parka. Apparently it was a little bit like a car crash, but like I want to see it. Apparently Ethan Page and Dr. Wagner Jr. was fucking crazy.
Evans and Slater and Iguana and La Parka went 18 minutes. That's a long time.
That is a long time. Do they count entrances? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That is a long time. Blake Monroe is your new NXT Women's North American Champion, defeating Zarya, who is defending the title on behalf of Sol Ruca, who's unfortunately out with an injury. That's also something we haven't talked about, dude.
Do we know the severity? Do we know a timeline? Nothing?
No clue.
That sucks.
No clue.
So bad. Injuries are so dumb, and I hate them so much. I've
never seen a person so on a roll, and like damn.
I do like the touch, though, of having Zarya defend it for Sol. That was a really nice thing, especially given how much their on-screen relationship has meant to a lot of people. And like, I think that also makes Blake just kind of even more devious for winning it. But shout out Sol Ruca. Get better soon. That stinks.
At least maybe silver lining is when she comes back, I think she's like straight up to the main roster. Big debut, whether it's I mean, I do want to see her like do NXT a blow off with Zarya.
I would love to see
that. Is true. She hasn't won that title yet. Yeah. But I thought that train. This is the train we're going on. Which, granted, if you are injured, you can kind of backtrack a little bit and have her stay in NXT. But I think either way, Tatum Paxley, new NXT champ, dude. Rocks. Fuck yeah. Put her on the poster. Some new poster just dropped. She's not on it. That's crazy.
I did not see that coming. I hope it's not just like a LOL, it's Halloween. Let's give the Halloween girl the world title.
Yeah, I agree.
She rocks, and like she put so much work
deserves
in.
It.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's someone who like I've gone. There was a quiz like that happened like 2 years ago, and Tatum Paxley was the wager round. And the answer was revealed, and I sat here being like, who the hell is Tatum Paxley? I was like, what the fuck? Within the span of like, I didn't even say that year, like I've quickly become a fan of her. I've become very. There was a Tatum Paxley Stan account that was giving us the business, and but yeah, dude, Tatum rocks. She's still like so young, and I think like has really carved her own path, and it's been cool to see.
Hell yeah.
Then we had the Broken Hardys doing their broken gimmick again against Dark State. Jeff Hardy doing a massive fucking swanton for no fucking reason.
See that was crazy.
Like the camera got close to him and you could hear him go fucking nuts. I would have been fine if the last one of those he ever did was at Bound for Glory against the Dudleys, and then a couple weeks later or whatever he's like, fuck it, I'm doing it again. I'm doing it in a match against Dark State. Fuck it.
I think we're gonna be getting that at WrestleMania 50.
Yeah,
I don't think anytime soon Jeff's gonna be stopping.
And then Ricky Saints retaining over Trick Williams, which I heard was a good. I don't have much to say, but everything else I've seen like clips and stuff from this match. I haven't seen like anything.
I haven't seen much of almost anything from the Page and Doctor. I've seen Page like ripped off Dr. Wagner's mask, and that got a lot of heat.
Yeah,
the whole discussion of like, oh, WWE's kind of doing that too much, and like that should really never be done for luchadors. That's such a like big no. But like I guess
Dr. Wagner went on Twitter and was like, he was like. Because it was only like a rip, like so rip. Like it was a big. It was. I don't know if I agree with him or not, but like he did say, "Oh, this isn't unmasking. It was just like a rip," which like we can see.
I see your
most of your face,
my friend.
So I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they ripped off too much than what they meant for. I don't know. I heard Ethan Page was leaking during that match. I heard it was So, but yeah, I want to. I
might check it out if I have time
before shit gets too outdated. I want to tap in.
Hell yeah,
but. All right, folks, that is the show. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please go over to patreon.com/Stache Club Wrestling. Follow us on everything. All of our socials are in the description, our Instagram, our Twitter, Stache Club stuff, and our personal stuff. My own YouTube channel at John Moonsalt, the Jimmy from the Q channel. We have our own YouTube channels posting stuff there. Check out everything. We appreciate it. And yeah, see you next time. If you want, I never plug this, but like, we're available on Spotify and Apple Music. The best way to listen right now is on YouTube. But as we're growing numbers, like we're getting people everywhere. So, all right, folks, that's the show. Thank you for being here. We'll see you over on the Patreon. Give you one of these for the road. Have a happy Halloween, folks. Everyone have a safe and happy Halloween. Let us know sorry, now I'm going long for the outro. Let us know what you're dressing up as for Halloween. Oh yeah, that'll be the last thing we go as. Halloween reveal. But I tried to get it ready for today, but I wanted to do a video. It might end up being a for my channel, but if I can get it, depending on when we film this week, if I can get it done, it'd be cool. But I want to like get a bunch of submissions of people's wrestling related costumes. And like just me and you sit here like joking and going over it and if I can't do it in time with us, it might just end up being a me thing. We'll find out.
I dropped the ball this year. You would think that I would have killed it today. My apologies.
I almost did mine. But I was like, but yes, let us know in the comments what you're being for Halloween, especially if it's wrestling related or not wrestling related, because I'm not going to something not wrestling related. Did you figure out your costume?
Not yet.
What doing? No, nothing. Yet. Do you have anything floating around?
Nothing particularly. Wow. No, it's always the thing where I could always just kind of easily just pull off Johnny Bravo and like
that's a great
easy ones.
Have you done that before?
Oh yeah,
that's a great one.
My hair kind of already looks like that. Spike it up, black t-shirt. Really good one. I'm already jacked and horny, so it's perfect.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm doing. I told you I'm doing Max Goof, running back Max Goof from last year. I have the whole. Actually, I just got the email. The Amazon package got delivered. I got like the white gloves. Yep. I'm gonna do like the paint on the nose. I like the red hoodie and
you
shit.
have to find the most delicious, cheesiest pizza too, because I always think about that movie and the scene where they're eating pizza and how good the pizza
I hope
looks.
I hope I get some cool picture. I dressed up as Max Goof last year. I don't think I went out as him. I went to like a show or some shit. So I didn't get.
You stayed inside and dressed up as Max Goof.
Yeah, I was like on my couch. I was on my couch watching SmackDown. But I had this funny. I think it was way funnier in my head, but I might still do it. Part of me wanted to go as Lola Bunny and do like the Toon Squad jersey and like the ears, and people be like, "Oh, you're Bugs," or no, I'm Lola. And then part of me was like, I wanted to go a step further and like, would it be funny or weird if I got like fake boobs and like just like so like and like be serious the whole night? It's been like, I'm Lola Bunny. You know what I mean? Like, but in my head, I was like, I'd also like to talk to some girls at this Halloween. You know what I mean? I think it would be so funny for like the bit for the first half hour. and then wouldn't be funny.
Probably go viral too. But I personally forbid you. I was a big Lola Bunny guy growing up, and if you ruin that image for me, Lola Bunny. If I think of Lola Bunny, I'd see you as Lola Bunny. That I might not forgive you. So.
That'd be like my bit too, going around being everyone like, my eyes are up here, and I go around and be like, that Bugs wants to fuck me, just like really, just like lean and do like the, I don't know. I think it'd be funny, but I don't know if it's worth me committing to like the whole night of it. I don't know.
Could be generational.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'm going to 2 parties, so like maybe I'll do 1 for 1. I don't know. We'll see, or I won't do it at all. Folks, thanks for being here. Check out the Patreon. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Stay curious. Could this lead to a scenario where I have 2 girlfriends? I don't know. I don't want to count. Yeah, but focus, pro. Drama happened. Fill me in, please.
So there's a lot of context for the listeners that don't know. So I'm not leaving this ring until that ring announcer says my name. Each of you build your dream music festival. Opener, 2 mid cards, a headliner, and location.
Got a Y membership this morning.
Oh, so, I saw your tweet. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Gonna be getting in shape